Back More Angel, this is episode 19 of season 3. Yeah, very excited to get into these final 4 episodes of the season, see what's going to happen next. If things are going to really escalate as we head towards the end of the season. It's normally how things are going to go, because, you know, end of a season, characters are going to go through pain, it's just how it is. And somehow they must be able to put us through more pain than just the whole Wesley and Connor stuff, which I'm hoping they'll kind of really get back to in this one, like the whole Wesley situation. So I feel like they didn't quite focus on that enough for me in the last one. But regardless, I'm hopeful this time, especially now Cordelia's back and everything. We'll see where things may escalate from here. But how can they go through any more pain than Wesley and Connor? I don't know. They'll find a way. They will find a fucking way. But yeah, we're kind of going to be binging the rest of the season. I'm not going back to Buffy until I finished off this season, so I'm really excited to see how they're going to wrap this up. So I think, without a doubt, this is going to be my favourite season of the show so far. But we'll see. Depends how disastrously wrong these 4 episodes may go. But I have faith they have some quite awesome stuff in store for us. So very excited for that. Also going to apologise if I look like a hot, sweaty mess with hair all over the place. It's because I am. And I've realised that filming upstairs where heat rises in the UK, where houses are designed to keep heat in during summer, is a very bad idea. But at the moment, with quarantine and stuff, I have no choice. So this is going to be how it is, and I'm going to look progressively worse as time goes by. I will start looking homeless fairly soon, and just expect it, to be honest, because that's the mood we're going for. Particularly with this season of Angel, I think it fits, because everything's going to shit for them. Why can't it go to shit for me? Okay, just letting you know in advance. Let's get into it.
By now my counsel must assuredly hold weight, so I beseech you to heed my words.
Okay.
Pomegranate mist is the wrong color for this room. Purple. Purple. I have no problems pronouncing pomegranate. Was my mother's name.
Those cracks are always going to be there.
Let them.
Sure. Maybe we can even start dumping our trash.
Just like with him and Wesley, I guess.
Oh, Gibbs.
I don't know why I bought this for. It's a whim, I guess.
Are you a demon?
Hello?
Are you a vampire? You came in from the daylight. You're probably not a vampire. Are you a demon?
Look, unless you want me to take my visits elsewhere. Fine. Probably couldn't find my dog anymore.
What the fuck? Oh!
Yes. Angel, and you are?
Possessed. A host.
You know, there's almost always some cosmic price to using primordial powers. There could be repercussions. And you know the one person who
Like
might
invisible
have helped
slugs?
that isn't around anymore.
It's a little clouded with rage over a trusted friend stealing my child from me. Damn it, Cordelia, you got me talking about this.
Good.
Probably just needed to vent. I've got a hotline to the frickin' Powers Buster. I could have gotten a vision or something to warn us.
Yeah, Wesley would have gone to her.
Plus, I've got demon in me now. So maybe there is some untapped power that could have helped find Connor before, before...
Who needed to vent?
I should have been here for you.
You were. I mean, you are. You're always. Look, I'm just.
She's always there.
Just trying to focus on something else for a while. You know?
Sure. Yeah, I get that.
Like invisible slugs.
But next time, you call me.
Right.
And ask her out to dinner.
Find me a case to work on. Please.
Like invisible slugs.
Okay. When a coworker tries to pat you on the back,
I check for the knife.
or in any case,
That's a good line.
He doesn't have to forgive Wesley.
Glad you think so.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No.
No way.
A puppy dog. A sexy, well-built, go-all-night puppy dog.
Doggy style?
Okay, that sounded worse. How horrible he must be feeling. Angel's feelings are the only ones I care about. He's my priority. I got dosed with demon DNA for that man. I'm semi-demon, and I still don't know what that means.
Ooh. Lawns. Perfectly good disguise.
Phil?
clearly hasn't had his fill of that.
Remember me? I'm gonna figure out what's what. Sound okay with you?
Invisible slugs.
We're thirsty.
I don't want to deal with Mr. Philip Spivey of Inglewood, who came to us this morning for help. He's the one we should be concerned with, not me. This has nothing to do with me.
You.
Oh, Phil.
What
Is
did
he like
say?
drying up from the inside or something?
That's it.
Yeah. The dark magic.
I'm not really the hunter type. Can I just come along for moral support?
It's like
That's not tight.
Good. Don't want anyone else getting infected.
that weird shit that happened in Buffy when they brought Buffy back.
I'm gonna wait the sooner that thing finds a way out of here and into the world. I'm not gonna let that happen. Let's go.
You're not gonna let it happen again.
You mess with powers of darkness.
There's a price to pay. I know. There's always a price. Question is it one worth paying?
A Wesley Wyndham price. Ha.
What's this?
Place your bets. Who's gonna get possessed by the slug thing? Oh, you dirty bastard. Oh. Oh. Oh.
I hate Angel is just gonna have to realize that I am just not as qualified for this as some people.
The W man.
Squishy, crunchy noise when you kill it.
Oh
I think we can have a
no.
little slug from hell.
How about 3? Goddamn slugs. Oh! No. That's unnecessary. I thought you fuckers couldn't get any worse.
Bioplasma confection. Speaking of,
Email? Think the senior partners might be upset if Angel died as a result of a spell you helped him cast.
you gotta be kidding me.
And with Linwood on vacation, unreachable, this is a dilemma.
Goddamn Gavin.
Wait,
I meant work priority. Work. You see, you're my...
do not move.
Yeah, something behind you. Yeah. No. You didn't have a stamp.
They glow in the dark. How's that supposed to help us unless we shut off all the lights? And the holy crap, you're not serious.
These things are hard enough to kill as it is.
I don't like that Fred's one around. If I have to jump in there and sacrifice my life, I will. No! Oh, those slugs are going down.
Do you hear something?
Sorry, Cupcake.
You hear my anger.
Out erratic. As soon as we kill these creatures, we'll
Oh
talk
boy.
to Angel. Maybe he'll...
Oh, she wants to drink the liquid from the snow, not the snow globe. Oh my goodness. My sentiments exactly.
We're thirsty.
See, research. Useless.
It's no good. That thing's
Don't read
jamming
books,
her brain.
kids.
Can't reach her.
That's what this episode's going for.
Come on, baby. We're gonna get you to a hospital.
No! Charles, we...
Can't spread it.
I don't give a damn what she said. For all I know, it's that thing inside her calling the shots.
Hey, you can't do this.
Get out of my way, Angel.
Think about this. How is she gonna feel if taking her out of here causes more people?
Yeah, I get it,
She
but
or you.
come on, it's common sense, Gun. Let's not
What you
lie.
did, this is your fault. Messing with scary ass Mojo, no sane person should be messing with.
I did.
I mean, that's also true,
You
but
get what you want to get what you want. The hell with the consequences.
My son
is dead. Fred's not.
Hey,
fuck.
we have to...
Oh shit. Yeah, fuck you.
Charles! Where's Charles? What? He's gone!
Meet up with Shaw,
What?
Exterminator, and
Not that I'm questioning your loyalty, Lila, but are you sure that's what Linwood really wants? I'm just saying Angel...
Shut the fuck up, Gavin.
It's only natural that Linwood would have...
You're
some
no
emotional
one's favourite.
feelings toward the guy.
Oh shit. Oh shit. And I'll do it because Fred's in danger.
We're thirsty.
We know that bit.
Me, Fred.
Why is this destroyer after you?
It's not.
It's after you.
It's coming after you.
Is it going to be Connor?
Angel.
Is Connor the destroyer? Is it old man Connor?
It's Fred.
Ooh, that scar.
know why I fought to live again.
Wes, I don't have time.
I wanted to live, to see my friends again, to explain to the people I loved and trusted.
Oh boy.
Outside of what happened, I'll help because it's Fred. But don't come here again. Any of you.
Oh, fuck.
No, I need more.
I need more. Tell me where you come from.
It's probably easier to not try and make amends as well, isn't it?
Right.
Oh my.
You're gonna die so horribly.
He already has. Twice. At least.
Ruth, damsel in distress, you know what to do.
Angel!
Save Fred, please.
Well, their water bill for the moment is going to be astronomical. Nope.
Gordy, I told you to get out of here.
Choose an angel again. Sorry, Gru. Liking purple is not going to be enough. On Earth? What on Earth?
Okay.
Is she
Unless anyone else has
Jesus?
something, let me-
You are truly a goddess.
Well, demoness anyway.
Yeah, the demon side did something.
I saw an opportunity to get some kind of help. I did what I had to do, and if you don't get that,
It's better that than taking it to the hospital. That is what I disagreed with.
so
It's either going to be Holtz or Connor, I think. Oh! Or maybe none of them. Oh.
Hi, Dad.
I knew it! Oh boy. Okay, really good episode overall. I actually really enjoyed this one. Not like, oh my god, that was the best thing ever, but still really, really solid. And I think Angel, particularly this season, I think it's been very, very consistent with that. There's definitely been episodes I haven't liked or been that all about, but I don't think there's been a bad episode this season, or like an interesting one, should I say. Just kind of crazy, really. Maybe I'm forgetting something. Oh, I suppose this season was the one with the creepy old man, wasn't it? He was like spying on people, taking over young men's bodies. That wasn't great, to be fair. Or at least I didn't think so. But only one episode like that, and we're on episode 19. It's pretty good. But yeah, really, really solid episode. I did kind of like the enclosed feeling that it had. Like, most of it was set in the hotel, and I think that kind of worked really effectively. Sometimes you can kind of get a bit bored of just seeing that in the same location again and again, but I feel like they did some very interesting stuff with it by having like these creatures that you can properly see like glow in the dark. So they had to shut all the lights off. That's kind of made it a bit more interesting. Saved them a hell of a lot of money on the lighting. So what the Angel Investigations team had to make up for in the water bill this month, you know, the electricity bill's going to be fine. So that's something. And they balanced it out. But yeah, I kind of like the kind of enclosed location for most of the episode in the hotel. I felt they really got a good atmosphere around it, and you know, I think the effects of those creatures, for the time, I actually think they looked pretty good. I still feel like they held up fairly well. And then the idea of like these basic like see-through kind of slug things actually were quite effective, I thought. And the idea of them like draining all the moisture from a host and then they just turn to dust, I thought the effect of that guy just like shattering into dust was really well done. I wonder what his initial problem like probably was. I guess something's gone horribly wrong in whatever he wanted to sort out, because that guy's just dead and they've done nothing about it, so whoopsie. But yeah, I liked the kind of idea of those creaturey things and how they kind of tied into this coming of the Destroyer. That's what they're running from. And then boom, there it was. There he is. So Connor's back, and he's a bit older. I was expecting old man Connor if I had to guess. I did say angsty teen before. I'm guessing they're going for the angsty teen route, so that could go one of two ways, honestly. You don't want him to be, oh my god, shut the fuck up, angsty teen. So we'll see. They got it right with Dawn, I think. I don't hate Dawn, and she's kind of an angsty teen a lot of the time, so hopefully they know what they're doing with this. But Old Man Connor, I think, would have been a really interesting angle, because I feel like appears older than Angel now and like still hates him, and would have spent even longer kind of hating him, I guess, because Holt has raised him. Or at least he spent all his life in a hell dimension, which isn't great. That would probably turn you a bit evil or crooked. So we'll see how that goes. But the fact that he's called the Destroyer, I'm assuming it was him and not the creature that came through that was called the Destroyer. Maybe I'm just wrong. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how Connor feels about Angel. I imagine it's not going to be a big, happy, joyous reunion. I imagine he's going to be like, you're the worst ever. You're the worst person in the world. I'm going to kill you. Otherwise, that's just too easy, isn't it? And it'd just be too much of a happy ending, especially when there's still 3 episodes left this season. But yeah, that ending's kind of cool. I did like how the creature's kind of tied into his arrival. I mean, I think it was either going to be Holt or Connor, really, that were going to show up at the end. So in that aspect, it's kind of like, yeah, we kind of could see it coming, but that's still going to be really interesting to see the fact that Angel has missed out on a big chunk of his son's life. He's never going to get that back. And that should be an interesting idea to explore, especially because this episode, alongside of the themes like the cracks that can't be healed and stuff like that, they've talked about that in the start. Unless we get someone in, these cracks are never going to be healed and they're going to be the same way. They're always going to be there. And that's very much speaking to the relationship with Wesley and all the team as well. And Wesley so much has said that later on in the episode. So that was kind of a little cool parallel how they did that there. The hotel kind of resembling the team in that way, which is cool. But alongside that, we also had this idea of like opening up and venting. We had Angel and Cordelia kind of vent to each other quite early on in the episode. Gunn kind of got a bit of venting out near the end as well. He's trying to justify going off to get Wesley's help. So we kind of had that going on alongside it, and I thought those two themes even, I can't speak, they worked quite well alongside each other, so I did enjoy that aspect of the episode as well, and just where these creatures came from, and like them performing that ceremony on Sarjajan before, and that's kind of caused these things to come through, I guess, and caused Connor to come back through. So it's kind of nice that the spell Angel performed to get his son back has kind of brought his son back, it would seem, but obviously a long time later. So I kind of like that idea, if that is the reason that he came back alongside those creatures. Maybe he just found his own way back, I don't know. But if they're running from the Destroyer, maybe it is all connected. We'll see, I'm sure they'll expand on it a bit more. But I like how that kind of tied in to earlier in the Buffy season as well, where they were all haunted by this thing that came through with Buffy when her soul was like brought back or whatever, with that like dark magic spell. So kind of like that they've both done similar things, obviously just a lot later on for the Angel crew in this season. So that was great, I liked all of that. And yeah, I think the ideas for like the creaturey things, it's kind of interesting, and I'm glad it wasn't just, oh, we're thirsty, we want to take over the world, we're evil creatures, kill us all. I like that, oh, we're running from this thing you should be afraid of, and then boom, with that ending. So I like that they had a bit more depth than just invisible slugs. So that was cool. Liked everything with them. And yeah, I like that Angel and Cordelia kind of got a bit of more of a chance to vent about their issues with like losing Connor, and the fact that Cordelia was like, you should have told me, stuff like that. It was good that they finally had that kind of conversation, and seeing Angel kind of dealing with that was fairly interesting, and him holding onto that snow globe that he got for Connor, and then later on Fred, when she's possessed, kind of destroys it, because that kind of moment with Connor that he used to have that was like encased in glass, and that can't be taken away from him necessarily now, is now shattered, because it seems Connor's back and he hasn't lost his son after all, but he's never going to have that quite relationship back that could be represented by that snow globe, and now that's smashed. So how that all ties in, I thought was very well done. And yeah, just seeing those characters get a chance to air their frustrations, and Gunn got a bit of that chance later on as well, when he was frustrated that he couldn't just take Fred to the hospital. He did kind of piss me off a bit there, and it has happened before with Gunn. Sometimes he's just a bit brash like that. I mean, I get it, you want to save Fred, but if you really think about it, she wouldn't want you to let her infect more people, you know? And and the fact that he's getting a bit pissed off at that did kind of annoy me. But when he went to find Wesley, that I can understand a lot more, and that I thought, you know, you're not endangering more people there, you're just trying to get help any way you can. So that I was fine with. But when he was like, oh, why aren't you letting me take her to the hospital? Maybe it's just the creature speaking. Like, use common sense, even if it is the creature speaking. That's giving it what it wants then, isn't it? So sometimes Gunn just pissed me off like halfway through an episode, but he always kind of wins it back. So that's good. It's better than just staying pissed off forever. So yeah, he did have kind of a few sweet moments with Fred, and I can completely understand his determination to try and like find her. And the fact that he's taken that step to get Wesley's help as well was quite nice, and it was a cool way of bringing Wesley into the episode, however briefly, because we didn't see him, I think, in the last one. But yeah, the fact that Wesley's kind of a bit hurt himself that he wanted a chance to explain to his friends, but they've kind of just abandoned him and left him in the lurch. You can kind of get it, but alongside that, you know, you should have spoken to them about it when you had the chance to, this whole prophecy thing, and part of you has brought it all on yourself, so you can't be like, you can't necessarily just feel bad because your friends cut ties with you, because what you did was kind of unforgivable. So again, just seeing all the different sides of that argument and how complex it is, I'm really excited to see, especially where they can take that now that Connor is back and around. How is Wesley going to react to that? That's going to be kind of crazy, but it seems Wesley's even like equally kind of hurt by what his friends have not done, I guess. He's like, don't you come back here for any more help. He's only going to help because it's Fred, which again is a mood, and I get that. I hope that doesn't last forever. I hope they can find a way to move forward, but I don't know. But it does put Wesley in a very interesting place. But again, it's kind of like when you remove like Cordelia in Buffy, when she broke up with Xander, she was kind of removed from the group, and therefore she was barely in any of the episodes. She was in like a couple of scenes, and like, oh, I'm still around, I'm still main cast, but not really doing anything. And I got a bit like that with Angel at the time in Buffy as well. And the fact that that's kind of happening again with Wesley, does that mean we're barely going to see him? Because that would suck. So I hope they can find something more to do with him outside of the group if they're going to stick with this for a little while. Maybe at the end of the season it's all going to be fine, I'm not sure. It depends where they go with the whole Connor thing. So that's going to be very, very interesting. But I did like Wesley's appearance, and you can kind of understand his mindset, but alongside that, a lot of it was due to his own errors. So that was interesting. Fred is adorable, I love her, I'm glad she's fine. And yeah, it's another kind of interesting change in the group dynamic, the fact that they don't really have like that big textbook heavy expert in all this kind of demon lore and everything anymore. That now that Wesley's gone, how they're going to deal with and approach that could be kind of an interesting obstacle for them. Lorne had a few funny lines. I really liked his disguise when they went out at the start. His terrible disguise. That was quite funny. So Lorne again bringing a few moments of levity that I think was needed, especially in an episode quite literally at the start, because they were in darkness a lot of the time. And then Grusalog, again, I liked him in this one. And I think it's because more so they're heading to Cordelia's clearly more about Angel than Gru. So I'm kind of like, oh, I'll tolerate him because I don't think he's going to be around for much longer. But again, he had some few nice moments. I liked him trying to give advice about choosing a colour at the start. Him picking up on the fact that Cordelia was saying, oh, Angel's my priority, his feelings and stuff like that, and Cordelia trying to backtrack on that a bit later on. So Gru is not completely dumb, as sometimes they portray him as. He can pick up on other people's emotions and stuff like that. And he does genuinely care for Cordelia, so I can't really hate on him for that. So the last two episodes, Gru has been much better for me. He's actually been interesting, which is kind of what I didn't have from him before. So that was good. I'm actually doing a bit more with him, and he does have a few nice moments, so I enjoy that. That's good. And then the last kind of thing is the Lila and Gavin stuff. I liked kind of I guess it's just a dynamic between the two of them. An antagonistic, more so dynamic, I guess is the word I was trying to think of. Because Gavin's just a smarmy son of a bitch. And I know Lila's like not a very nice person, but I'm really rooting for her against Gavin, because Gavin sucks. Gavin's just there to be, I'm better than you, except you're really not, because Gavin's shit. That's his character. And you just want him to get punched in the face, and you just want him to fail all the time. So in that respect, the actor's clearly doing a very good job, because I hate Gavin so much. And it puts you as an audience member, I think, in a very interesting position when, in those scenes, when you're not like pairing her with Angel or whatever, you're kind of rooting for her to come out on top. but she's still like an enemy of Angel. So you're kind of like, oh my god, why am I rooting for like someone who is trying to make Angel's life a absolute hell and played a part in Connor's disappearance and everything. So that was all kind of interesting. And you know, is what Gavin was saying about the boss guy even true? Was he just making up to kind of mess with her? That was cool, like all very interesting. The idea of like using like a tarantula or a big spider, fuck that spider, using that to like unlock a certain password and stuff. Just seeing a bit more of how Wolfram Heart works in that sense is kind of cool as well. And Lila, I'm enjoying more and more, as I've said. I really do like her. I do like it when she shows up and she has some funny lines and everything. Her dynamic with Gavin does provide some moments of humour. But the real problem I kind of had, as much as I enjoyed those scenes and I enjoyed those characters, what was the point of it in this one? He was like, oh, it turns out I need to help Angel after all. I assemble this army. Oh, actually, I think you'll find you'll be in trouble with the boss, because this is coming out of your wages, all these unknown things. Just let Angel die. Oh, maybe I should let Angel die. No, I need to help him. You know, Gavin, you're just playing games. And then the problem's resolved before she could even like go and help her with her guys anyway. And we didn't even see her like turn up and be like, oh, everything's fine, let's go back. She was just done and gone from the episode. So it's kind of feeling like there wasn't really much of a solution to that. Maybe they'll continue on with it. But ultimately, whether or not Lila was going to decide to help Angel or not because of the consequences, it didn't make a difference because they resolved it before she even showed up again, and she didn't show up again in the episode, so it kind of felt like they didn't really resolve that tension, and you easily could have taken out the scenes with Lila and Gavin and there would have been no change to the outcome of that whole plot, so it felt kind of pointless in the end, but I still liked the scenes and the dynamic between the characters, so there was some worthwhile stuff in there, and it kind of continued to explore like different kinds of consequences to the spell Angel was trying to perform before. Just wasn't as like directly affecting Lila, but there were still consequences there, and her glee in that I did enjoy, and it was just the back and forth then of, oh, you actually need to help him because they don't want Angel to die because of this, what would Linwood say? And then he was like, oh, Linwood actually wants you to just let him die and he'll deal with you. So that, it had no impact on the plot in the end, so it just felt a bit pointless and a waste of screen time as much as I enjoyed those sequences. So I feel like they needed to tie that in better, or maybe round off that little episode arc better than they did. But it is what it is, what can you do? It's not like those scenes were terrible and pointless, they were just kind of a bit pointless for me. So better than them being shit scenes that ended up being pointless anyway, you know? But yeah, overall, really, really good episode. I did like the setting of like this darkened hotel. The ending is going to open up some very, very interesting doors. I did kind of think, you know, it wasn't going to be the end of Connor, we'd see him again. He'd probably be older because you're not going to have a baby around on set all the time because of like working hours and stuff like that. It's just never good to have a baby around long term on a TV show. And yeah, I think Old Man Connor would have been maybe the more interesting direction if I went with my gut, but I haven't seen what they're going to do with this yet. So maybe they've got a really cool storyline here, and the way this is going to impact Angel and Wesley in particular, I think is going to be quite something. So we'll see what's going to happen, but I did like that ending. I actually quite enjoyed the invisible slugs and how they tied into the Destroyer, even if it felt like suddenly, oh, there's a Destroyer, fear him, oh, there he is, it's Connor, apparently. It was like all very sudden, but I think they kind of tied it in very well. And yeah, the cracks in the hotel representing the team dynamic with Wesley now, and the idea of like characters venting I enjoyed. I really liked the stuff with Gru. I can't believe I'm fucking saying that shit. I thought that aspect of the episode worked quite well. Gunn won me round again, even though he pissed me off a bit in the middle, and I loved Wesley's little appearance as well, and him kind of cutting himself away from the group a bit, saying don't come back, because he feels a bit betrayed himself. But I think it's also easier to just play the villain and go along with this than actually try and make amends. So yeah, very complicated situation that, and I can't wait to see them explore that a bit more, especially now that Connor's back. So yeah, overall, really, really good episode, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen with this. And yeah, my next reaction is, of course, going to be the next episode of Angel, so I'm excited to see where they're going to take this. But very good episode, and until my next reaction, thanks for watching.